welcome back. Today we are going to see what are the best 30 tools which are available in the internet for the OSINTing any person or to know any person if any person got hacked, or if any person's credentials has been leaked, or any exploits which are available on the DBs, info about your targets or anything else. So OSINT is nothing but the open source intelligence gathering framework which is widely used in the industry and widely used by the government sector, in the government sector also. Okay. And one of the thing what you're seeing over here, the dhash.com, it is basically, it gives you, if any kind of credentials has been leaked or not. Yeah, you have to pay for this thing, but yeah, one of the best tool where you can use it, and just have these fields basically filled up and search anything else whatever you need it, and you can just get the information whatever you're looking for. So dhashed is very good for checking the leaked credentials. Okay, and then let's go to the next. Security trials is another best tool or best search engine which is available out there, to search about the DNS data of any kind of an IP addresses and all that, and any kind of data services which you're taking. And one of the cool thing is that they give you an API, and you can use that API. You can program it while you're testing anything else, load testing or any kind of testing. When you're doing any kind of that stuff, you can pretty much use that, and you can pretty much find out any kind of information about the DNS data. And the another best tool to search on the internet, on the Google, where we widely use basically on the Google search engine. Dockering is an kind of a technique where you can search in a lot of stuff. And I'll be pasting one of the my own Docker tool which I have developed. So it's almost all at the end I'll be showing you what is that. Just wait. And that is very fantastic tool when compared to this, if I have to tell you. But yeah, every person has his own kind of an requirements to develop something else. So that by using my own requirement, and I have developed one of the most sophisticated tool. And don't forget to give me the stars and follow on the GitHub if you like that tool. It is very easy to install and run. It's developed by using Python. So yeah, cool. So dockering is a technology, or technique where you can search for the PDFs, where you can search for whatever the information, such as leaked credentials. You put something else and you just get it done basically. And if you're very curious, I can just show you that, right? So this is the tool over here. Okay, you can just find it. And I have few things where few commands of Dockers. Basically, you can just pretty much reference over here and see. For example, you want to find out the login of XYZ something else, so you put it over here. And this is a cool example in hacker.io, where you just check that in text and usernames, and you'll get some information which is valuable. But as you're doing security, cyber security, it's all about more researching the things. Okay, so you need to have a lot of patience to do a lot of work in the cybersecurity industry. It's not about the technology over here, it's about the mindset, and it's about the psychology, and it's about the patience basically. Okay, cool. So that's dockering, and that's about some background which I would like to give it to you. And this is ExploitDB, and ExploitDB is a very vast database where you can find a lot of this updates really very good. And an author like Muhammad Yusuf, he written an DOS, basically login denial service for SyncBreeze application. So you can pretty much take a look at this, open it up, and see how the payload you can work it out. And this can be exploited. Okay, and you can use this particular thing on the vendor page on the syncbreeze.com. This is how you can exploit it basically. And this is a very good DB for the exploits. And this is not, you don't have to pay for this, it's pretty much free. But yeah, there are few online trainings and all that, you can just find it. And if you are very curious in submitting anything else, you can also submit over here. This is very cool. Okay, ExploitDB. I pretty much use it every time whenever I'm doing any kind of research or anything else, and it's very fantastic. Okay, and then let's move to the next called the Zumi. Okay, so Zumi is a very popular tool, basically to know maximum information about your target. Okay, I mean, like, a target over here can be an IP address, a person, or anything else. So basically, app where you have the Citrix like VMware kind of an application, right? So you just do it and search it over here, and you'll get very good recommendations, kind of stuff. And yeah, just don't get worried when you just see this I know Chinese letters over here, because there are a few developers and all that. So you can pretty much do a lot of information gathering from this Zoom eye over here. Okay, so it is very cool. For example, let's see this, right? App, it's again, if I have to say, it's kind of an dockering concept which you have to know on this. But yeah, it is just going up, and here are the results, vulnerabilities. You can just see all that over here in Singapore something. Okay, and this interface is pretty much cool, similar to the kind of an interface where you see in Shodan, right? But I'll show you how does it look also. Okay, but yeah, um, let's wait for this. Okay, I don't think so they have a map for this, but yeah, here these are the number of devices which are attached with that particular IP address. And you can see there are like 26741 kind of devices which are existing with that particular thing. And if you want to see the vulnerabilities, it's an HTTP server vulnerability, and uh, multiple HTTP web servers, and this is the stuff. And yeah, this also gets updated every time. Okay, so very good, app and Citrix and whatever that user, you can just find it out, and you can just put that particular thing to find out the more information. Okay, and this is the same thing. Yeah, then next, moving to the Pulse Dive is a kind of an tool, search engine, where you can pretty much gather the information about the threat uh, intelligence. I mean, like, you can gather the information about the threats and all that. Okay, in the any kind of domain or anything else. So try typing, for example, just similarly, github.com, that port that IP address, and just enter and just see what's going on over there, basically. And you'll get really cool information in the reset threads also. You can find a lot of stuff, and they have a very good fancy dashboard over here, and you can pretty much do that. Okay, and the dashboard gives you what kind of threat and how it is, high, low, medium, those indicators. And one of the cool thing is that you can integrate this with an API. If you have an IDS system or IPS system at your workplace, you can pretty much integrate that also. But you need some sort of an work to be done. But yeah, this is an threat intelligence gathering tool. You can pretty much cool get it at any place, basically. And this is how the dashboard looks like, if you're just curious. Yeah, so yeah, and that's pretty much about the Pulse Dive. And then let's move to the Grey Hat, basically. Grey Hat warfare, it's an kind of a tool where you can search for the open S3 buckets. I mean, like, public S3 buckets, which are not the private or anything else. So you can pretty much search as, I don't have any kind of names to search over here on the S3 buckets or anything, so I'm not doing it right now. But yeah, Grey Hat is a very great tool if you know that, yeah, you're working on AWS infrastructure and blah 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 blah, right? So I suggest you to go grab the greyhatware.com, search it over here, see if that particular thing is opened or not, or whatever, and then recommend the best practices to the team in your report and get it done. It is pretty much easy to do it over here. Okay, so that's what we use the Grey Hat for, because white is boring, right? Yeah, cool. And yeah, PolishWar is another kind of an search engine. Basically, you can pretty much scan the files, all the URLs and all that which you have. Okay, so over there, if that file or that particular thing URL has any kind of malicious thing, it just captures and reports you back, and it has a dashboard view and all that. So yeah, okay, and you'll get the ransomware reports and all that. So it's an engine which is existing over there. So this is pretty much cool basically to collect all that, and you can integrate with your own stuff. Okay, this is, you can scan pretty much your files, right? And FOFA is my next another you know most likely or most likable tool, my bad, yeah. So this is also where you can do the lot of threat intelligence and all that, which is pretty much similar to the pulse drive basically, and you can, this is not free stuff, you have to pay for this stuff basically if you just see, but yeah, it's free in the sense just few stuffs and few features are free, but yeah, but when you go for the starter package, I would recommend, if you're a starting guy, I would recommend a starter package and just get it done. This is a threat intelligence collecting tool basically for far. And then let's move to the you know leak number 9, right? Leak 9 or leak ix, so if you want to find any kind of leaks or anything else on particular web server, on particular IP address or particular stuff from particular thing, then you can pretty much best tool to search. And this is first tool which I suggest you to search to grab any kind of leaks if you need it. Okay, yeah, and you'll get the reports, and you have a very fantastic documentation to follow also basically for all the plugins and all that. But yeah, do use this tool for your you know understanding the web server leakages and all that basically. Okay, so yeah, then next tool, let's move to the DNS Dumpster. I believe most of the people use this in somehow way, because when you just type something else about DNS and I want to find out the DNS data information about it, and this is something which pops up basically. And this is a this is a free tool to do the domain research over there. Okay, and you can get the information, whatever the information which you need on the DNS, you know and yeah, this is a free tool basically. Go ahead, use it, why not, right? Cool. And then let's move to the full hunt. Basically, this is a tool where you can design the attack surface tool basically. You will understand how the attacks can come basically. They can become true or false basically, and all that, where you can manage your attack surface, when you have these honeypots and all that stuff, right? So you can pretty much use these kind of tools and get that thing, yeah, on your attack surface thing. Cool. And then let's move to the, yeah, this is also a kind of a product which is available in different modes. You have to check it out. Community basically, you'll get some 100 assets per month to search and all, enterprise and more. But yeah, community is more than enough to get started if somebody want to get started, right? And the next is the Alien Vault. Yeah, the Alien Vault is a very good search engine basically, where you can search more about the threat intelligence and all that. You have different kind of stuff, malware families, different kind of malwares which are getting exploited in the different kind of industries and that. And this is a very good tool where you can do a lot of research about the malwares and all that. Okay, and it is nothing but gathering the intelligence on the threat. Cool. Okay, and then let's go to Onifi. So this is again a data cyber defense kind of a search engine, where you can collect a lot of information about the what do you say the threat intelligence itself. So for example, you have this domain dot act crop basically .in, and you want to search it, and you'll get the crazy results. Yeah, you're gonna just see it. Yeah, so this is domain has been registered so and so. uh, basic kind of stuff. You'll get the information and all that, and yeah, cool. You want to see that is the data and there, but this is also, this has some sort of a pricing. They use some sort of a SHA. Okay, so you can just see it's going from the Googles and on. Yeah. Okay, this is some sort of an information. You're getting some good information right at the enterprise level. This is at the domain level itself, whatever you're doing, and in a threat list if you have anything else, and if you want to see more and all that, you can pretty much do anything else. This is in the euros, you have to pay it. There is no free thing which is available over here, but okay, yeah. Threat intelligence gathering tool again, if I have to tell you. Okay, so that is one thing. And then next, let's go to the grep app. Basically, grep app is an best app where if you have any kind of vulnerabilities on your code, when you're just posting it on the GitHub or anywhere else, if you want to search any code which contains some malicious things and all that, you can pretty much search it over here, and you can get the whole responses and all that. Basically, if you want to search for OpenAI, and you'll get some cool stuff, how, where, and how they are using and all that, you know but yeah, in a short thing, basically, grep app is in an GitHub repo search application where you can use it, for your keyword search and all that. Recently, GitHub also did that, right? Anyway, they have integrated this kind of an concept into their thing. So that's one thing, and then URL scan, basically .io, is a kind of a sandbox uh, for the environment where you can just see, all the recent URLs. Is the data is pretty much open, but still, yeah, you can pretty much scan your malicious URL and all that. You can pretty much scan a website and find out what's wrong with that website and all that. This is a thing which is sponsored by Security Trails. It's a very good company. Cool. Yeah. This is what you do it with the URL scan.io, and then yeah, uh, then the vulnerals.com is a kind of an vulnerability database which is similar to the exploit database, but over here you'll find a lot of vulnerabilities which are available out there, and you can pretty much get a lot of stuff, right? What are the vulnerabilities which are available to exploit, and you can pretty much attach this API to your Splunk, Zabbix, and Brubsuit and all that if you have them, and you can do pretty much a lot of good work over here. Cool. To gather the information and all that. Yeah. And then the Wayback Mission. The Wayback Mission is pretty much cool thing where you can you know find majority of the archived content, and there's a lot of internet, right? It is just growing like massive. So if you need any kind of archived information on the internet, this is very good stuff to find out. And a couple of days ago, I have even did a kind of a short video how did I use the Wayback Mission. So please don't hesitate to check my channel, and check the short to how to use the Wayback Mission, right? Cool. And then moving to the Shodan. Shodan is a kind of an search engine, where you can search the devices which are on internet, such as your IP cameras, or any other internet intelligent tools, such as IoT stuff and all that. You can pretty much get all this stuff, search it over here by using the different kind of search phases and all that. Yeah, it's pretty much cool. It gives you the same a dashboard view, a view, something like that. If you're searching an IP address so and so, and it gives you these kind of stuff, and if there are any kind of vulnerabilities, you can pretty much. And by using Shodan, there are a couple situations, a couple times I have pretty much opened up the in the open ports of the cameras and all that. But yeah, Shodan is a very useful tool, but it is also on the other end, it's pretty much expensive sometimes, but yeah, if you need it, you have to get it, and you just have to do it, right? And then Netlas basically is another kind of tool where you can discover, research, monitor any kind of asset which is available online. For example, if you have an rig, cryptocurrency rig, a mining rig, and you are in some different country and you want to monitor this, and you can pretty much use this to monitor that, and you can pretty much see any other data similar to showed. And basically you can just search any kind of device which is connected to the internet. If it has any kind of open ports or anything else, feel free to connect it, but yeah, don't do that. Yeah, cool, right? So it's also very reliable tool where you'll get the reliable data and all that. Okay. And yeah, it has some pricing and it has some APIs where you can use it. Cool. Okay. And it is pretty much free for the community version. You can pretty much do, but you can do some stuffs like who is DNS response and host information. That's about you need you know core information, right? Some very core information. So you can pretty much do all this information gathering, but write your own Python scripts or Python some stuff or something else, and get your work done maybe. Yeah. And then moving to the cert.sh, it's nothing but in certification, identification thing. Basically, you can search any kind of certification while you are while you are installing burp suit over on your machine. Basically, you'll be having some certifications to be acknowledged and certifications to be pretty much validate or anything, right? So sometimes you'll be seeing this is an high risk kind of stuff, accept it and go move forward, right? So in that time, if you have anything else, okay, there's just something else, a fishy website or anything else, if you feel like you need to check the certification, even the website looks cool, if you want to check it out, you can just paste it over here, search it over here, and just get it done. Cool. Okay. So that's cert.sh basically. And then wiggle is nothing. It's basically this search engine has majorly all the network, and you can pretty much have wireless networks, databases, any kind of wireless network databases, if they are available on the internet, and it gives you the information about that basically. And kind of a heat map, if you just see that, if you want to just grab something else, there are plenty of them, right? you know it's feel free to play around with this and you'll pretty much get it. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. And then public www 3Ws, public 3W. So it's an source code search engine basically. If you're looking for any kind of source codes, for example, for Angular, Mini.js source code you want to look at, you can just search and you can find out any kind of vulnerabilities, any kind of mistakes or anything else, such as you can pretty much find it. And it's very used. You'll get this word clouds while you're in data science, NLP. You should understand what is a word cloud, but yeah, this is very cool. And if you want to see a few examples, so so you can pretty much use all these. So yeah, so sign up to review something else. So you need to sign up, but yeah, this is how the content, where you can just see small snippets of links and all that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. For now, Angular. If you want to search, this is how you'll search the source code and all that. You can download the CSV. You can send it through the one of the tool which I have developed. LLMs. By using LLMs, you can scan the particular what do you say? You can scan the vulnerabilities in the code and all that. But to do that, you need an OpenAI's API. But yeah, feel free to use that from my GitHub. I'll be sharing my GitHub link also down there. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, this is what public www, right? Yeah, But yeah, this is a cool tool where you can search the source code and do your research and all that pretty much on the source code, right? And then, you know, binary edge. Binary edge is a very useful tool where you can gather the, you know, a lot of data about the intelligence and you know, I mean, again, you know, threat intelligence and all that, you know, and like different kind of features like, you know, ports, you know, possible vulnerabilities and all that you can pretty much and you can see the diagram. It pretty much connects and pretty much gives you a very unique thing about the honeypots and you know, sensors which are connected to the system. And yeah, it's cool to do it, but yeah, you can just get your queries limited to only you know, 250 limits per page and per month, you know, per month, and 1000 per. But yeah, you know, you can pretty much try it out to gather any kind of threat intelligence if you want to do it. Okay, and then, you know, gray noise. Gray noise is a very cool tool actually. You know, it's where you can you know, whatever the noise which is there on the internet, you can pretty much do it into the intelligence. And you know, I wish someday, you know, some you know, big that you know, 5 companies will do something else better about this, you know, internet noise, decreasing the internet noise, such as, you know, that those advertisements which just blocks up, you know, this you know, just gets cluttered in the internet basically when you're browsing or anything else, right? But yeah, very, they came up with a very beautiful concept of, you know, analyzing the data and the noised data, and how can we convert that particular noise data into the intelligence, such as, you know, converting your negative energy when you feel very low, you know, try to convert your negative energy into the positive energy. So they came up with this, and you can find a lot of information about the devices which are connected on the internet, and you can gather them and you can pretty much do a lot of stuff, yeah, once you have that kind of information. And then, yeah, my bad, you know, Hunter is a very beautiful tool where you can find an email of a person's you know, if you have any, if you think, you know, someone has some sort of an, you know, xyz.com, and you want to find, you know, some people's you know, emails, you know, by name, by this, and verify that email and all that basically. And you can pretty much do that, you know, by using, you know, Hunter. If you know, like spam checker kind of stuff and all that, you know, email addresses, you can pretty much check that. And it is a very useful tool basically, and you can pretty much integrate this into your organization and pretty much do it. And you know, you can just see, I just got an ad saying that it's free for Firefox, but I really don't use it. Okay, yeah. So, you know, if you're just a starter, you know, monthly you can have 25-50 searches, and you know, 500 recipients basically. And it's pretty cool. You can pretty much use if you want to just keep track of that particular thing. And then moving to the you know, Census is, and again, the same tool where you can pretty much check the hosts if they are live or not, and as well as you can check the you know, certificates kind of stuff. And they do really great job. You know, you can pretty much see the documentation also, and you know, there are pretty much plenty of you know, devices which are connected on the internet. You can pretty much get a lot of information about them. Okay, and it is pretty much cool. You know, you can Shodan, Census, you know, Gray Noise, and yeah, you know, Gray Noise, and these are pretty much cool tools to use, right? Yeah. So yeah, and Netlas, you know, yep, you know, if any device which gets connected to the internet, you can pretty much get the information about there. And their research is pretty much cool. You can pretty much check it over here. It's very small, but yeah, their documentation and also cool. Okay, and then moving to the Intelligence X, right? So Intelligence X is nothing but you can get, you know, once you you know, enter in domain URL, you'll get like lot of searches, you know, such as, you know, you can just see any kind of, if some somebody has posted something else on the Tor, on the dark internet, if there are any kind of leaks, bots, WikiLeaks and public leaks, if anything, Sci-Hub is a very good tool where you can read about a lot of research articles over there. Even if they are closed, you can pretty much open by using the Sci-Hub, and you can pretty much download them. That's a very great tool for your research when you're in academic research and all that. But yeah, here these are some of the TDLs and public webs where you can pretty much search about any person. Okay, and it's very cool. You can pretty much use it. Okay, and if you're a researcher, so and so, so and so, so and so, and if you're an enterprise, this is what it is. Yeah, and moving to the packet Strom. Packet Strom is a kind of an database for the vulnerabilities, for the exploits, as well as has very good blogs. Okay, has very good blogs where you can read about them and all that. It pretty much automatically updates from the very good vendors such as Red Hat, Ubuntu, all the Linux flavors, different, the secure, the industry top, all that gets updated very frequently. You can read about them and you can find a lot of vulnerabilities over here, and all the news and all that, and files, pretty much all that. And then if you want to go, search code is nothing but it is similar to searching the source code basically. So where you can pretty much search any kind of source code and all that, and find out very simple comprehensive version of that, and you'll get the real-time stats and all that basically. And yeah, as I said, I'll be pretty much giving you the this is the Tor Detector, one of the you can pretty much use this. Feel free to open any kind of issues or anything else. It is very simple tool where you can detect any kind of Tor website, and it has a small algorithm which kind of running behind this scene. You can just leave this and you can just sleep and just check it next day, and you'll just find if it has a capacity to identify the Tor websites basically. And but to run this particular thing, okay, so you need the Tor thing to be live. Okay, so the connection has to be live, and you can pretty much do the job. Cool, right? And yeah, and then this is the eavesdrop. I named this because you can just start listening some of the stuff, as I mentioned, by using the docking the concepts basically. If you want to just check intent dot usernames, you can pretty much check that on the internet, and yeah, this is what you found in ExploitDB for now. And but yeah, you need to be more specifics about that. These are some of the usernames this guy has been connecting for almost a good amount of time. And then you put site something else. You can put Dr. .com, so you don't have anything else. No, wait, nothing. This is what you have. But yeah, use this particular tool to do all that stuff for you. This tool can do pretty much all that stuff for you. Eavesdrop. Okay, just rather than just going in there and typing all that stuff on the internet, takes too much of time, right? So yeah, I made a YouTube short video on this particular YouTube video also. So please watch it, and I'll paste all these links of the different kind of search engines. Like it's almost all 30 plus search engines which I have spoke about today, and you can pretty much like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and for more information, and for the more videos basically. Okay, cool, thank you very much. Yeah.